Yes.
All right, so I wanted to show a video on how we do a hip toss. The reason I want to do this is I'm a tall person, and the traditional way of doing hip tosses, typically you have to get your hips lower than the person. And if you're really tall and you're grappling somebody who's a really short person, if you to truly get your hips below them and not use a lot of what we call strongman technique, meaning muscle, you would almost be having your knees on the ground. So a traditional way of doing a hip toss, I come in, I lower my hip underneath him, I hit him with my butt, I pop him up, and then I throw him. Now there's nothing wrong with that. I have degenerative disc disease runs in my family, and I have a bulging disc in my back. So even when I do a hip toss the traditional way and I do it right, my back still hurts. And I found the way I learned this from C. James Robinson. When we do a hip toss the way that I'm about to do it, it doesn't hurt my back, and in reality, I don't have to use a lot of strength, and I don't have to drop my hips below his hips. So if we were looking at, is this a good position?
Yes.
If we're looking at it from a grappling kind of standpoint, and I'm moving his hand down, and I'm bringing my arm up, and you don't move, I can either set this up like a hook throw or a traditional hip throw where I'm grabbing at his belt, or I could be going more up toward his head. I like to throw like a hook throw, but we're still going to call it a hip toss for now. And as I'm coming in and I grab, and this is coming up behind him, I pull this to me. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my right leg and I'm going to kick him about in the hip. Now when I kick, it knocks him off balance and it forces him to kind of jump for me. It's not that he's selling it, it's that when I come up and I kick right here, he has to fall. And it doesn't hurt my back. And we could do the same kind of throw coming in here. It's got a different name. And if he's a very stable person, it might not always work, but just kicking this up can cause him to fall too. But I find that when I'm coming in and I get this position, even if I'm not perfectly set up and I still come and I kick at his leg, even though it's not a perfect setup, I have found that that works for me all the time. So I just wanted to share it with y'all, have fun, play with it. If you have any questions, let me know.